Mhm. Well, this one might be for you. Hello, hello. I know. What a day. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully your night's about to get better though. I know. It's okay. We'll have another one at some point, I'm sure. I Tanya, I can't believe that they're just up and shutting their frickin' doors. I mean, I'm not trying to rub salt in the wound because I know you probably have had every thought that I had. Um, it sounds like were there a bunch of locations? That's what it kind of sounded like. I had never heard of it before. I wonder if Angela had her stuff at that place too. I know she has like a little booth area. I just didn't know where. I'm wearing a Band-Aid because I guess I don't know. I either cut myself by accident trying to pull a piece of resin off of something or I hit a hangnail on something, but it's really hard to hold this dotting tool. Like I feel like it's very slippery. Oh, damn, that many? Oh, that something sounds suspicious. Like you don't just up and close every single location like that. Hmm. I smell something fishy. It's called the painted tree, I think, right? Is that what it's called? Painted tree? Gifted tree? Something like that. I know, but I just feel like that's kind of crazy. They must, I don't know. But still, I mean, there's a bunch of places that have filed for bankruptcy and they don't just seize operations. Like something must have happened. They mishandled their money and there's got to be something that protects you guys somehow. Like you can't just do a contract and I mean, I guess you could, but I feel like there has to be something. Hello, hello. So Tanya has had her stuff in, well, I think she was trying to get her stuff out of it, but I guess they're closing and a bunch of people are getting screwed. Did you? I had some tonight. Not on the Texas toast, but I had it on like a garlic cheesy bread boat thing. I don't know. Maybe you guys can all band together and get some type of like help to look at if you guys are all just kind of SOL or I don't know. Something doesn't add up. Yeah, but there has to be some type of thing with, like, changing the contract all the time, especially if maybe, like, somehow it can be proven that, like, they've been kind of planning something like this for a while because they just changed your contract not that long ago, and maybe they're just trying to get out with, like, as little damage to, like, them as possible, and they don't care who they're hurting in the process. I don't know, maybe I don't know, but something stinks, and it's not you. See, that feels illegal. That feels like kind of illegal. Apparently there's like 60 of them. Thanks. I'm doing triple dots on this, so I'm trying to get the top dots on here. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna need to pay them, yes? No? Maybe? That just seems like there's just I don't know. Someone has to own up to it. You can't just take their money and run. Maybe you can. I don't know. I don't know that kind of stuff, but so they spent all your money, went bankrupt, and now they're just like, "Goodbye." Yeah, I feel like a lawyer needs to get involved in some way, and maybe like, a handful of vendors can kind of scrounge some stuff together. And yeah, but like, how do you guys sell your stuff? Is there like a barcode kind of system, and that's how they like make the money, and then they give you whatever's left after they take a percentage of it or something? I think that everybody has to go in and like clean house and get all their stuff out of there, but right. And like, so let's say you sold something for 10 bucks. You got 90% of that sale and they kept 10%, but if they haven't paid you guys, then that means they still kept all of it. So what the fuck? Like not everyone, but like, those who haven't gotten paid since like October or whatever. Like I don't know, something just I don't even know where to start. Like if that happened to me, I wouldn't know where to start. So I'm not really trying to give advice necessarily because I don't really know what I'm talking about. But I feel like I feel like there has to be some sort of protection from you guys, just like within the laws of the United States. You know what I mean? It's just, ugh, I'm so sorry. That's just such a fucking bummer. Now, someone tell me why I put most of my paint away. Probably because it's just top dots, right? Probably. Okie dokie smoky. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? Phew. Yeah, I had never heard of that place until you, posted something about it, and then Angela posted. I wonder if Angela was part of that since she posted that screenshot on the post, like, she must have gotten an email too. Ugh, 44 locations. Ooh, thank you. I'm pretty obsessed with this pattern, not gonna lie. It is pretty. Thanks. She's actually in here. Knitted tote. Yeah? What'd you think? Oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Hmm. Well, if we see her in here, we'll have to ask. Yes, yep, and they're all different. Well, some of them are pretty similar, but some of them require different type of pressure and coverage and all that kind of stuff. Man, this Band-Aid, if my finger didn't look so yucky, I would take it off, but it wouldn't stop bleeding. I don't know. I was pulling off some resin from like one of the doming mats, and I might have sliced like right here, but it also kind of looks like a hangnail, so I'm not really sure. Maybe it kind of happened at the same time. I like pulled it and it ripped it. I don't know. So, fingers always look a lot worse than they actually are, but yeah, she's right here, Gail. T is in Tonya. Hello. Um, she should be in the box right next to the cage. It's a red towel. Isn't that cute? If you can't find her, If you go in the regular dot fam group in the featured tab, there's a post that says discount codes. If you click on that picture and go into the comments, I have her website linked there. It says I think that she has Duraclear and triple thick, but it'll take you to her website and you'll be able to find it. So I'm going to do like a sun and moon kind of refresh. I've done this design multiple different times across the last 5 years. So I'm gonna try and play around and do it again. It's hard to tell, but I did a matte coat and it's got the dark blue and the yellow gold opal, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty neat. I hope so, anyways. But my square coasters came in today. Woohoo! I couldn't resist. This was really the only free painting time I got today. But I did a little bit of everything today. Zoom in just a little bit, I guess. Oh, are they out of stock right now? So, squirrel died today. Sad. I don't know when I was sleeping, and once I went to go bring her out here with me, she was not alive. So I felt really bad because I feel bad that she died alone. Thanks. Yeah, maybe. Cause like I slept in today by accident. And so like there was this I guess a handful of hours between like when Scott like left for work and when I like got up and stuff. And he said that she was alive still when he left. So it must have happened sometime between then. No, this was earlier today. Around like lunchtime is when I found her because I got up around lunchtime. I don't know why I slept so long, but I did. I know. I mean, honestly, for like my mental sake, it's probably better because like waiting and watching guinea pigs pass away, it's not fun. I mean, it's not fun to just find them either, but um, it's okay. I mean, honestly, it's something I've been kind of preparing for like the last year, so hopefully Peanut, she's okay for at least a little while longer. Yeah, we have 2 guinea pigs left, and, they're both kinda getting up there in age, and the one kinda started to look like she was kinda sick, and it was just kind of like a waiting game. Ugh, yeah. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully so does she. Thanks. Just playing around with some different color combos. I tried to match the background even though it doesn't really look like much. I put a matte top coat over top of it, but it's gonna sparkle like this purpley color and also this like bluish like an ultraviolet kind of blue dark blue color. So I think it's gonna look really cool eventually anyways. Yes, I know. Maybe. Trying to think like what do I want to use on top? Because I want it to super sparkle. Maybe we'll do yeah, yep. So I paint it black, let it dry, and then I do the pigment varnish mixture, and then I paint it on top, and then I let that dry, and then I go back over it with a ultra matte top coat. And so far, the few that we've done have turned out like super neat. So I'm just kind of trying it out with some different colors. I've done it with the hollow over black, and I did it with what else did I do it with? I don't know if there's any others right now that have it. I think I did it with purple, but that hasn't I need to put resin on top of that. But what's cool about it is that once everything's dry, you put your like high gloss top coat on it and then it brightens everything back up. And then when you put the resin on top after that dries, it is so wicked sparkly and cool. But it's kind of like a guessing game almost. You're like, what's it gonna look like? And then you're like, ooh, pretty. This probably won't matter too much since the whole thing's gonna be that color, but my gosh, this dotting tool is slipping right out of my hands because of this stupid Band-Aid. It's really frustrating. I'm getting my nails did tomorrow. I don't 100% know what I'm doing. I was thinking about doing a couple nails with like butterfly wings, maybe. I don't know. But it's like a brand new nail day because I'm getting a soak off. So technically, I could really do anything because it's a clean canvas. I have 3 weeks to decide, and I never fricking think about it until the night before.
Manufacturing facility, but your machinery isn't working right. You need to understand what's wrong as soon as possible. So when a conveyor motor falters, Granger offers diagnostic tools like calibration kits and multimeters to help you identify and fix the problem. With Granger, you can be confident you have everything you need to keep your facility running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
I know, it definitely is probably gonna hurt. Definitely gonna hurt. I always seem to get some type of, like, hangnail or cut right before I get my nails done, and it always burns, and I get so mad at myself. I'm like, "Can't I just wait?" And, like, why do I have to pick at my fingers or something right before? In this case, it wasn't my fault. Well, it was kinda my fault, but I wasn't planning on cutting myself by accident. That dried resin can be sharp, you gotta be careful sometimes. Well, I already set my alarm, so I'll double check my alarm before bed to make sure it, like, stays once it turns midnight. It should because I set it for 9:30 and there isn't another 9:30 AM until tomorrow, so but it's funny because like, I knew I had a nail appointment tomorrow, and then I forgot over the course of the day and started planning, like, what I was gonna do tomorrow on my day off. Like, I'm gonna clean a lot. That's my plan, but I have to do that first. A little bit of cosmic over top of dioxazine purple. I can feel that my pointer finger, because I get my nails done every 3 weeks, but I get a soak off every, like, 4 times. So that's, like, almost 2 months. Like, my nails look really gross, but, like, this is, like, my actual nail. Like, my nails are all the way grown out under this acrylic. So, like, I know that, like, I'm sure, like, where she originally glued the tip is probably, like, right out to here, so I'm sure that, like, it would lift if it really could. So, I was, like, tucking a blanket into my couch the other day, which is how I've popped off a nail from this part. It hasn't, like, hurt me. Like, look, I'm still already picking again. Gosh darn it. But, like, it just, like, lifted off my nail, so I need to be careful because I know better. Yep. Those dang animals can't have anything nice, so you gotta keep covers on your bed or on your couch. I know, I do the same thing with Toby. Our couch does not show. It's always covered in some type of blanket. We love them though. Oh, I am. Where is that? On a mini fan. I must be blind. Oh, you're talking about one of these? No. Yes? Maybe? Missing a light purple center to a mini fan on the outer edge. Okay, let me see. I feel like maybe oh, right here. I see it. Okay, thank you. I was like, "What?" Now, what color did I use for that? I'm trying to think. I think it was lavender haze. No, it was periwinkle. Just kidding. Thanks. I'm excited to top coat this one. That's the bad thing about doing the matte top coat over the glitter background because you have to wait. You have to wait to see it. And I just wanna see it now. I mean, it'll be worth the wait. I wouldn't call myself impatient, but I'm not patient all the time. And when it comes to stuff like this, I wanna see it immediately. Especially since this is like a newer technique that I've been doing, so it still hasn't lost its fun. I'm still, like, extra excited. To me, it's, like, the same feeling as, like, when I get my nails done, and, yeah, the design looks cool, but then she puts the top coat on and it makes everything pop. And you go, "Ooh, I like." Patiently impatient. How's it going? I have to remember that I have to put the little pearls, well, they'll be white dots, but, like, the pearls on top of these shells.
Full card members can earn unlimited daily cash back on everyday purchases wherever they shop. This means you could be earning daily cash on just about anything, like a slice of pizza from your local pizza place or a latte from the corner coffee shop. Look for
Okay.
to see your
And we need this color again.
issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
I don't know what really kinda struck me to do this color palette, but I'm not mad about it. Okay, is there anything else I wanna do on this before I set it aside for a little bit? Yes, yes, there is. Just a little bit. It's different, but it's pretty. I'll have to come back to that one since I just had to do it. Oh, how cute. Aw, that's so exciting. That was close. That was so close. I don't think I nicked anything though. These square coasters are hard to paint, just 'cause, like, I keep wanting to try and turn them and they're sticking onto my, like, silicone mat. It's making it hard. Alright, let's put this aside for a little bit. We'll come back to it for just well, let's just risk it. 'Cause I know myself, I'm gonna forget. There we go. Don't think I have anything else to put on this. Maybe, like, I don't know. Meh. Okay, let's see here. Not dry enough. Alright, so for this one I know. I had a little cupcake turntable, but it's kinda wobbly. So this is supposed to be some type of sun and moon design. I don't think I'm gonna do a mandala on it, but I don't know for sure. Maybe I should? I don't know, it's just if I do, I'm gonna have to tape this off, and maybe I should have thought about that already. Oh, that's good. I don't know where my cupcake one is. Maybe it's over in here. I honestly could not tell you the last time I saw that little thing. I don't know where it is. Oh well. So I originally drew guidelines, but then I remembered that I wanted to do the rays. So it kind of messed up my guidelines for the moon. I don't know if I want to do like a partial mandala here. I just don't know. Hmm. I thought I had this a little more planned out than I did, and now that I'm staring at it, I'm like, ooh. Unless I tried to, I don't know if that's gonna, I don't think that's gonna work though. I probably should have made it more of like a, and then done my guidelines like this, huh? That probably would have made a little bit more sense. Make the moon kind of more this way. Well, next time I do it, someone remind me that I did that. I want to do that next time and make it more of like a crescent moon. I know. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm gonna start to wing it. Let's let's just for shits just extend our guidelines and see what happens. Good thing I have this all dry. That wasn't the most perfect, but it's fine. Okay, and then maybe we'll see if this is more of like a center, and if it is, then I'll try to do something on it. No, it's not centered. Should I just cluster dot? Oh, Jenna, your plan, you didn't think it through all the way like you thought you did. All the rain that we were supposed to get, it just like disappeared off the map. I don't understand. I know, but I don't think that my guidelines are. If I didn't do this, I would have changed it already. All right, whatever. Let's just see what happens. Where's my little thing? Let's do, I don't know if I quite. I hope that's a center mark. It's just monster guidelines, I guess. Oh boy. Like I already know what I'll do differently next time for sure. What is that? Is that already a line? Maybe. This is so confusing. Okay, let's just see here. I can't even tell if that looks even or not. I know. I'm like, is what is happening? Now I can tell you for sure if I like it. It's gonna be really hard to replicate it. Could you guys hear music or no? Because it just stopped. But if you guys can't hear it anyways, then I'm not gonna unpause it. You and me both. I'm interested as well. Okay. Yeah, it stopped, but I feel like on here you guys never hear music, so it's probably not even worth me putzing with it. I don't even understand this, to be honest. Trying to dot along the guidelines I just drew so that, hopefully I keep myself a little bit more sane. Who told me to do a sun and moon design? Who was it? And I said, "Good idea. I've actually been wanting to redo one." I blame you. That's okay. It's fine. Oh, yeah, that's true. You did say moon and stars. I feel like we'll figure it out, we'll make it work-ish, and then the next time I do it, it'll be fine, and it'll be even better. I just only have one of these prepped with the blue and the gold underneath, which I think is gonna be pretty cool, so it wasn't me. The moon might get cluster dotted though, but we'll try to mandala the sun and see what happens. That's the moon, by the way. Duh. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a good idea to use these triangle tools because that set, I mean, it has other things in it too, but that set will be coming out soon. She's also been working on a secret set, which she did show me today. She was gonna keep it a secret, but then she was like, "Well, you wanna see?" I think she's bringing it to the Dot meetup, but I don't know for sure, but I think she is. Oops. Yeah. This is how you kinda teach yourself new designs is you just putz around. I just don't know if my line work was completely perfect since we had to just do it on the fly, but, you know. Like, I already think I screwed up that little thing. Who asked me the other day if I ever freehanded anything? Well, I'm freehanding it now because I don't really have guidelines. I mean, I do, but most of them are not usable. Although some of my more favorite designs come when, like, they start off really crazy, but some of my most hated designs are also this way, so I guess we'll see. Wait, what was last Thursday? I don't remember. So I'm using ballpoint dotting tools, and, you'll also see me use some of my 3D printed tools that you can find on my website. Oh, oh, oh. No, there was someone else the other day who asked if I ever have freehanded, and I said that I used to a long time ago, and, she was like, "Oh." But I don't anymore typically just because my designs tend to turn out a lot better with guidelines than not. Yeah. I think, these are the same like normal dotting tools, but these are custom branded for my business. But I also have a starter kit on my website too, It has all the tools you can need. Um, Pretty sure is that not already out? No, right? It's only the 5. Probably not. We just got the 5 not too long ago. Thanks. I just passed my 5-year anniversary back at the beginning of March. The first week of March was 5 years for me. Right. Maybe. Yeah, I started back in 2021, and it was originally just as a hobby. And though I would still consider this a hobby, it's now also my business. I'm grateful to be doing my hobby every day, but lots of practice, lots of messing up. Um, but all in all, it's been a fun time. But I feel like I've been pretty decent for at least a few years. The first, like, handful of months, I definitely struggled. And I mean, I'll look at some of my stuff even from like my first year and my second year. And I can obviously tell a big difference in improvement because, when you're doing stuff every day, even if you get really good at it, you're always going to learn something new or play around with a new technique or have something that kind of elevates your work. So, I mean, I'm kind of just interested to see what's going to be, in just another year from now or 2 years from now. I can already tell that part of this is a little wonky, though I'm not surprised. So I'm gonna try and make it look like it's not as noticeable. Man, it's so hard to do this without guidelines. Oh, thanks. Thank y'all. That's gonna fit. Oh no. She's probably not gonna fit. Dang it. Well, I guess I can't use my fan tool. Darn. I know. What's wrong with me? Seriously. I don't know if this is gonna fit either, so I guess we'll just see. Barely. We'll work with it. I feel like this is very, very sun. Bless you. Very sunly. This will be a coaster eventually. The design is not exactly how I was imagining it to go, but we are keeping on and just seeing what happens. I just kind of panicked for a second. I thought these were wet, and they're not. A sunly design, very sun-esque. This is one of the Starburst tools. Um, and I see kind of like a sunrise sort of to it. Ooh, good question. I've done a 14-inch square and a 2-foot long gecko. I do a lot of smaller pieces though, because I just prefer them. I'm one of those people that I like to start and finish something pretty quickly. I don't like something to take many, many days and weeks. But sometimes you can catch me doing like a 16-inch round mandala. It's got a picture in the center, but and we'll usually work on that for at least a couple days. So, a handful of hours. I like that immediate satisfaction. Something, work on it for, a couple hours and then it's done. Trying to trust the process here, guys. I'm not 100% feeling the design because I don't have anything to work off of. When I get here, I think I'm really gonna struggle. Yes, please. We are definitely riding the struggle bus tonight. Trying not to quit mid-piece, but I can almost guarantee you that if I was painting this on my own, I'd probably like set it aside and do something else. Yeah, so when they cut their wood, they use a laser machine. So that smell is because the wood, they're laser cutting the machine. And so that's just pretty normal to have that smell. I was earlier, but not anymore since you guys couldn't hear it anyways. I actually love the way um the wood smells from 24 hour. It's got that like campfire smell almost. Mm, I love I I think I have a video of me getting the wood in and I'm like sniffing it. I'm like, "Oh, it smells so good." Smells delicious. The the one time I got some wood in and I didn't open it, but I was like, "What is this?" And I like smelled the package and Scott was like, "Did you just sniff?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's wood." Just didn't know what was inside of it for a second. I mean, it might go away after a while. I've never smelled it long term, but any laser cut wood will kind of have that smell to it. Um, I don't think most people will mind though, because it's not like it's cigarette smell. It's more of like a natural burnt smell. You might be able to air it out a little bit. Do ya? I am stuck right now. Yep. Oh, yeah, you could put some coffee near it. That might help. But yeah, I think it does kinda start to kinda go away as the wood sits. You don't know until you come back after being away for a little bit and you're like, "Oh, man." Yeah, I've never had anybody say anything about the smell of, the paintings that are on wood. So if that's what you're worried about, I wouldn't worry too much. Has it really been that long, Heather? Damn, time is flying. 'Cause I feel like we were just chatting on the phone and you were smoking a cigarette. It is a lot of yellow, but it's a sun, so it's gotta be this one's gotta be yellow. This part's gonna be blue, though. Dang. Yeah, I guess it has been that long. Maybe. Maybe we'll do a couple stars because it's gonna be, this is gonna be cluster dotted, so maybe I'll put a couple stars somewhere. Oh, man, this is I don't know why this is stressing me out so much. I mean, it's not I mean, I don't wanna say like I'm stressing, but, trying to get this design to flow, but I'm still kind of paying attention to, like, this area because it's not taped off or anything. I don't know how people do those scattered mandala paintings and they don't tape it off. They just kinda let the design kinda trail off, which maybe it's because you don't notice it because there's so much going on, but thanks. I am my worst critic for sure. Alright, so maybe we do where's that yellow? Here it is. I will, yeah. I ordered them a couple weeks ago, I think, at this point. So yes, I will have some more in. I do have some, but they are part of my starter kits, so I need to make sure I keep some in there. But yeah, I think I got 100 more coming soon. I'm trying to kind of make something so that I can start closing it in so that when it gets to this point, it doesn't look as, I don't know. Nope, this one is just for funsies. If I like it in the end, I'll post it as a coaster eventually. I did the triangle part and everything earlier, and then as soon as I went to like really plan out my design tonight, I was like, there's a ton of things I would have done differently. So we're trying to make this work, but I know next time I do this, I'm gonna do it differently for sure. Oh, thanks. It's really testing my steadiness since there are lines on here. I'm not using any of them because they just didn't work out. I forgot 3 dots in the moon design edge. 3 dots. Mhm. Where? In the moon edge design. The moon edge? Yeah, I don't know. Don't know if I see it. Hi. We're rolling with it. We're definitely rolling with it. Oh, yeah, I think when where it cuts off, I'm careful with what I put just in case I need to adjust the design, and if I wind up being able to fit more, then I'll go back and add it, so that's probably what I did. You talking like how I didn't do these little dots like over here? No, you're good. So in my mind, I'll tell you kind of where my planning process was as to why I didn't do that. So they all start like as close to this moon as possible, or the little yellow part as possible. Like they wouldn't start here. They're starting up here. So if I did that, it would be on top of those, if that makes sense. Because that guy has like a full little space, but none of these do. Yeah, let you inside the madness of my brain as I'm trying to make a design. Typically, like I would probably tape something like this, tape it off, but you know, we're just seeing what happens. In case any of you guys are wondering, I am preparing the cluster dot. I'm closing the design off and then I'm gonna cluster dot, I think, around the what's left potentially. Like that will be a little thing here. I don't know. I know, it's hard with the OCD brain whenever you're trying to make things fit in a space that doesn't really exist. It bugs me too, but then you'll start to realize that once you get more of, like, the design on there and all the cover, you're not gonna see those little things. It'll completely disappear with the rest of everything. Oh, I forgot these ones. Okay. How about some you know what? I know what we'll do. I'm gonna hate myself for it, but you guys are gonna love it, so it's fine. I don't know why I started there, but it's fine. So, when I drew my guidelines and did this, like if I didn't do this part first, it would have totally been a different story. But I did it like this earlier today, didn't think anything of it, and then when I went to start my design, I'm like, this doesn't help me at all. So, I will have to next time. I already know exactly what I'm gonna do next time, and it'll help me a lot more. So this is just damage control, I guess. I guess we could say just trying to make do with what we have and kind of see what happens out of just completely busted up guidelines. Cluster swooshes, because I feel like that just makes sense for like the swirly fieriness of a sun. And like you really can't go wrong with cluster swooshes because it just fits wherever you want to place these and it'll fill up some space a little bit better. Even though cluster swooshes take forever in a day, it'll be great. It'll be great. Slowly but surely. I know, because I every time I do it, I hate it. I very much dislike cluster swooshes. They're pretty, and I say that every time. They're very pretty, but they stress me out because they're not like cluster dots where you can just um put like a swoosh anywhere. I mean, you could, but it's easier if you kind of build off of everything and kind of twist and turn them as it goes. So like you're constantly changing your tool size, you're constantly changing your color, and it just kind of slowly appears. And then you'll fill in any like little teeny space with dots, but they're nice sometimes. There's a time and a place. I know, I know. Well, I don't think I really gave the time, but I'm sure someone might have requested or not requested, suggested cluster swooshes if I sat here long enough humming and hawing about what to do next. Because I know you guys. Someone would have been like, what about? what about this? And typically I'm like, no, we're not doing that. It's a very small space to cluster swoosh though. Yes, 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 yes. Sometimes I need to kind of get myself out of my comfort zone, and the only way to do it is to do something that I typically would not do. Kind of forced, honestly, to play around with this design because I feel like since all the paint was dry, it would have been a pain in the ass to try and cover it up and start over. So it was either throw out the coaster, which I didn't want to do that. It's a perfectly good coaster, or just see where the dots take us. Man, the fact that you guys can't hear music is so weird. Um, because I don't play music if you guys can't hear. Maybe I should play music. Maybe that'll help me with my silence. Hello. Oh, hey, Angela. Were you in that where did you have all of your stuff? Like what boutique do you have your stuff in? So, it's different every time. Um this I will say this isn't the best representation of cluster swooshes. Typically I leave myself way more space to do it. So like this definitely not my best work. Oh, okay, cool. But basically, you kind of want to sort of twirl them in all different directions. So like you'll start with one, drag the tail. You want to try and aim for as little negative space as possible if you can avoid it. And I just kind of fill that space in with dots, like little tiny dots and stuff. But like, so like the tail is going this way, and like I obviously could do one here, but I want to try and keep it a little bit more curly. So like, I might do one there, but instead of starting it here, I might either start it here and curl it around that way, or maybe I'll just curl it like that, and then you try and just fit in the space. So it's a slow process. I can see that. Well, hopefully when everything's all done, it'll remind you of a sun and a moon. Fingers crossed. So like I accidentally, unintentionally made myself a little area for a swoosh there, and that makes sense to put it there, but it's going to be a little baby one, so I'll just fit it in here. I probably will wind up doing a straight one because that just happens to be where my space is, but If I had more space off to the side over here, I probably would have, like, curled it a little differently. But you're kinda just working on filling up the space the best that you can. Oh, just wait until you see these tools. There's a lot of fun ones you coulda used on something like that.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction, from tools built for one
Alright, one little cluster spot area done. Few more to go.
ready. It's a new world of creation where you can go as
Not really doing a great job of leaving negative space, though. Maybe I should've.
your dream a reality right now.
Had my eye on cone sectional and the needles are dead. The second I saw them, they're so
It was, yeah, it was a commercial.
they elevated space instantly.
It's weird how the commercials come through, but, like, you can't hear the music. Aw, thanks, Lily. Ooh, paint booger. That wouldn't have been good. You guys really can't hear that? I feel like the piano is, like, so freaking loud. Yeah, it is quiet. And, like, if I'd be playing this on TikTok right now, you it would be probably I mean, not that I'm blasting my music by any means, but for how loud it seemed. That's crazy. TikTok or I mean, YouTube is so weird. I mean, I guess it's kind of a good thing so that you don't get, like, copyright strikes and stuff, but, like, how are you supposed to play music that I don't know. Are you not allowed to play music on live streams? Like, "Hey, Tracy, what's going on?" Oh, yeah. Well, what about whenever it says, like, copyright free? Like, every once in a while, I'll get something that's it says like, I'll just choose copyright free, and then every once in a while, I'll get a thing saying, "Copyright," and I'm like, "But what? I literally chose this for a reason." Yeah, I thought I had everything kinda set up a certain way because like, sometimes you guys will hear my music, and then other times you don't, and I don't know. Oh, lots of rain, huh? Yeah, we got it too, and then it stopped, so I don't know. We're supposed to get a bunch of rain, over the next few days, but it must be at, like, certain times of the day because we really didn't have much on the radar tonight. I checked after my live over on Facebook, and I didn't see anything. Whoops, sorry. I know, you guys only see my hands most of the time. Trust in the process. Right? My little cartoon self. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting we're zoomed in. I know. I love her. Do down here, and we'll kind of swirl it up this way. So I did. I put like a like sound like good music for YouTube, and like I'll choose whatever it comes up with, but then you guys, I don't know, for some reason you guys can't hear it for a couple weeks and then you can. I don't know. Happy Tuesday. How's it going? Today was a very Monday, Tuesday for me. Oh, okay. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it would depend on what I want to get monetized and what I don't, which preferably most if I can.
Need balloons? The new Fun Shop at Michael has 700 balloon styles to choose from. Just tap and schedule in-store pickup or same-day delivery. Balloons just got easier. Michael's, everything to celebrate anything.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free,
Yeah, that's one thing I have noticed is that you guys don't really hear him much whenever I'm on YouTube.
basically validated by AI. On the trending
Skip. Oh, yeah. I'd want to listen to music too. Yeah, it was whatever commercial was just on. Alright, almost done with the swooshes. We're getting there. This is a coaster, and I painted it black, and then I added some, like, kind of pigment glitter background, and then I added a matte varnish on top. So eventually this will sparkle once I put a top coat on. But you can paint on a lot of different things. I paint on a lot of wood and like a lot of wood. I I feel like more than anything, definitely lots of wood. Right? Yeah. Well, how is that? You can hear commercials, but not the music. It's confusing. Thanks. We're just kind of filling up some blank space here. Yeah, so I have a website. I think you can get to it from my bio if you're curious. Um, and that's where I post all of my stuff. I also have like, some other social medias with my work and stuff on it, but my website I feel like is probably the best place to look. I suck at keeping up with my Instagram and stuff. Here is a coaster that I just finished with the resin on top. There's no sparkly background, it's just black, but um there's that one. And then this one will be made into an ornament. And I was working on this piece earlier, so you can kind of see how the background looks like purple and blue sparkles. It'll shine up a little bit more once I put like sparkles on top. But oh yeah, so good. Lots of ornaments. And oh, here's that. I don't know if you can see that, but that's like a fancy mandala. There's some pen cups there. Lots of stuff. This will be a coaster. We're just kind of going with the flow on this one because my guidelines or my original plan did not compute in my brain correctly until, I went to go paint it and said, wait a minute, this doesn't work. Cornhole. So the thing about resin is that resin will amber over time. It doesn't matter what resin you use, even if like it's a great resin like Resin Rockers, for example, that tends to like stay nice and clear for much longer. But when you expose resin into the sunlight, it's gonna make it amber a lot faster. So I wonder if maybe you don't put resin on it? I know you were asked to, but what if you use like a spray varnish that's designed for like high heat to be put on like motorcycle helmets and car engines and things like that. A couple nice coats of that might do well. But if you're just doing wood burning and you're putting it on top of wood, maybe the resin won't really matter as much because if it starts to amber. So resin, when it's not cured, so like in its separate parts when it's in liquid form, it is not good for you. Some resins are better than others. The ones with lower VOCs and smells tend to be a little bit better. And They do recommend that you wear gloves and like proper PPE. Like you should wear gloves, you should wear like long sleeves, you should work somewhere that has good ventilation. Like if you're by a window, crack your window open. If you're in a garage, like open your garage door, things like that. If you work on it outside, you gotta be aware that you're probably gonna get some floaties in it and dust and dirt and whatever. So just be mindful of that. Some people also use like those gas masks, like, you kind of look like, you know, I was gonna say Darth Vader, but that's not what he wears. But I only wear gloves and I put my stuff in an airtight container as it cures. But the resin that I use, in my opinion, is a lot better than others. Okay, so you guys want some stars on here? Yeah. Oh, don't be terrified of it. Just make sure you do your research. Yes, exactly. Yeah. That star was a little funny looking, but that's okay. That's a good way to look at it. Trying to decide which way I want to do stars.
First time in modern history, college student graduates are more unemployed than high school students. Today, those jobs are just disappearing because there's so much confusion out there. So many people are overwhelmed because there's a new product every day or week, and they don't even know where to start. You got to make sure that all of us are AI enabled. And if you don't have AI, you're not going to be replaced by AI. You're going to be replaced by someone else that can use AI.
Honestly, that is a really good way to look at it for sure. I do like that thought.
It is the accelerator. It is the amplifier.
Interesting. I was gonna cluster dot this, but now I don't know if I will. Hmm. Hmm. Decisions.
We want to take you on a journey. Just 3 days, 2 hours a day. We're going to show you how things used to be, how you can do it now in seconds, how you can do it more profitably, and show you how to do something right now in your business or in your personal life or career. So don't miss out. This is your chance to invest decades into days and have a real plan that's simple, actionable, and which where AI is your advantage as opposed to being confused or frustrated or trying to do it. Good.
Yes, this will get resin on top eventually. That's what I was thinking, like, it kinda gives me, like a space kind of feel, especially with how I mean, you can't really see it right now, but this will sparkle gold and blue. Well, I was gonna do a bunch of, like, swirly blue colors because it was supposed to be a moon, but then I added stars, so now I'm just not quite sure. Mhm. Yeah, this whole piece was very much just trust the process. Maybe a little bit of less is more so that we can kinda really showcase what, what's gonna happen whenever the resin Ooh, speaking of, I wanted to do some resin tonight because we have a little experiment that we have to conduct. Thanks. So, I'm gonna be putting resin on a few things, but one of my coasters, that I have painted, we left, quite a bit of negative space because the idea is that, I'm gonna mix a little tiny bit of pigment powder into it and then, like, do that over it and see, like, how that cures and how nice, and sparkly it makes it. Um, not I don't want it to be, like, crazy sparkly, but just, like, enough to kinda make me feel a little bit better about leaving negative space because I really hate doing that. It is fun. It is fun to do. I think we talked about, like, some type of celestial-esque set. We just have so many sets kinda in the works right now. Oh, really? Well, then here, we'll do it after I'm done with these stars. How about that? Because I have everything kinda prepped and ready to go. Yeah, we've got a lot of things kinda in the works. Slowly but surely, because we don't wanna come out with stuff too quick and not be happy with it, you know? Yay! Yeah, so I'm in my, I call it my resin phase. 'Cause, I go through phases, and right now, since I've been doing, a lot of those wood ornaments that I put resin on top of, and now coasters, Oh, that's a guideline. Ugh, hold on. None of the other stars had a guideline except right there. Um, since I've been doing a lot of coasters and those ornaments, those wood ornaments that need resin, I'm just doing resin a lot. But typically I don't. Not this often anyways. Well, I can't draw, so I don't think I'll really go through much of a doodle phase, but I guess maybe you could sort of call those wood ornaments doodle-esque since I'm kinda coloring them in, but all right, let's set this aside, and let me set up for some resin really fast. I gotta clean off my desk. We're gonna zoom you guys out, push you up so that I can just clean really fast.
Just put some buttoning on the base for the floor. Yeah, just built enough.
Gotta move. Gotta move some stuff. Put some paint away.
You say we can all build that?
Oh, my back hurts. Okay.
The space inventory for the calculator.
He still owes for the group.
The same thing.
And this one, I want to the scrappy, honey.
Okay, I think I've got enough room here. Sorry. Oh, yeah. I go through flower pot phases too. Well, so it's just like another kind of extension of dotting, using different tools and stuff. Hold on, I saw something about kitty glitter. Let me um lint roll myself really fast. Okay. Yeah, I just call it dot art just to cover all the bases. Very nice. I've done it before many times. Actually, one of my viral videos was me painting a mica or a pigment or pigment pot, a pretty pot with the like the blue teal kind of galaxy-esque color, um, and then painting on top of it. I also did like a space theme where I used that as a background and I did all white and black and put the galaxy stuff on top. And then my little person was a little astronaut. On the news. That's pretty cool. Can you rewind it? I know. Well, it's been so long, you know. It's been a long time. It wasn't me. I didn't go anywhere today. Oh, I'm like, why is there so many commercials? It's because it's not a long thing. Okay. Oh. You guys really must have gotten hit because we didn't really get much here. Because it really looked like it was gonna hit us, and then I went live, and then I came back and nothing. Oh yeah, that's true. So so I learned my lesson by only opening one bottle at a time because I accidentally mixed up the caps and I resined both of my bottles shut. I was so mad. Oh no, be careful. Oh, did you see I see the little kitty hair floating in the water. Is that what you meant when you said kitty glitter? I see it now. We'll probably have to mix twice. Because for what I have to coat, I'm probably gonna run out. So I should have marked it also on the lid, but I didn't. The bottles that I have are already marked, but the lids aren't. But I also keep it in the original bottles. With these, though, I'm thinking of getting some smaller bottles because 'cause they're heavy. I'd rather mix a little longer than I need to than not long enough. Better safe than sorry. I'm just making sure to really kind of get the bottom. So so because I mixed it in warm water, it's already warmer than it probably would be. But usually the bottles will tell you approximately how long to mix. You will feel this it maybe start to get like just warm. But it's not gonna be hot. At least I haven't ever had it get hot. If it starts to get really, really hot really, really fast, that's a flash cure. Do not throw it out. Put it outside. It can smoke and cause fire and not good stuff. Oh no. I've only had one issue where um I was sick and I decided to do some resin work. I don't know. And I wasn't paying attention and somehow I poured this it was I don't know which one it was. It was either 2 parts of the A or 2 parts of the B, but I never mixed both of them together. And the next day, I only figured that out because I went to see if it if it had cured and it, like, completely didn't, and I was like, "Oh my god." And thank God I never sold that piece because, I wiped it off, and made a huge mess, but I wiped it off as best as I could, and then I, like, mixed it, like, normally and re-poured it on, and at first, it seemed like it had cured just fine, but over time, because, the uncured resin was just sitting on top of my painted piece, like, it was wood, um, it's like it soaked into the wood, so over time, like, I just hung it up on my wall because I didn't feel like if I was like, I probably shouldn't sell this." Something told me not to, I don't know. So I kept it on my wall and I noticed that over time, it started leaking resin down my wall, and it was coming out, like, the side edge of the piece of wood. So for 24 hours while resin sat on top of that, it just seeped into the wood. That was probably my worst resin fail ever, and that was, like, January of maybe 2022 or 2023. For those of you guys who've been watching me for a while, when did I start the mandala animals? Remember I started it right at the beginning of a year. I don't know if it was I know it obviously wasn't 2021, but I don't know if I got that ballsy that quickly. It sucks when that happens. Yeah, I ruined the entire piece, and there was literally no way to save it, so eventually I wound up having to throw it out. And it was probably one of my most favorite animal pieces that I had ever painted. It was so beautiful. Very sad, but lesson learned. Oh, thankfully I didn't have resin everywhere. I had caught it. Whoa! Hold on. I was not expecting this. Oh, you can't can you see the green? It looks a lot more green to me. I was not expecting that. I was just expecting it to stay like purpley pink. That's pretty neat. Neat. I was not expecting that at all. Huh. That was really cool. Not expecting that. Just expecting like a pink purple. Zero green. Interesting. You can see it most when you like fresh pour, but still. Well, that's pretty cool. It's like a rainbow almost. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I was pretty shocked. I'm excited to, like, lift that up once it's, like, cured and kinda tilt it in all different directions and kinda see what happens. I don't sand the side drips. I actually, like, heat them up with a lighter, which you could also use a heat gun, and then I use an X-Acto knife, and I just cut it straight off. I have a coaster that I need to do that too, so we can if we have time, I could maybe show you. It's a lot easier to fix than trying to sand it off, that's for sure. So some people will actually tell you not to use a popsicle stick because it causes more bubbles. To me, it doesn't really bother me at all. But I use a lighter to help pop the bubbles. And this isn't your typical lighter. It's literally like a freaking torch lighter. And that'll pop the bubs. I think I see a cat here. I sure do. Well, that would have pissed me off. Wait, where'd it go? Come on. Got it. Yeah, it's great when you find it before it cures, but afterwards, it's a pain in the ass. Because that would have been one of the ones that you can't hide. Some of them, they disappear under resin. That one would not have disappeared, so I'm glad we caught it. All right. Dang. I should probably not pour this over a coaster. I don't have enough to coat that, and I don't want to combine my resin. That's kind of a no-no. So I'm just gonna pour some little bunnies so that I have some for next year. Because this just happens to be the mold that I have currently. What color? This might be pretty. It depends. A Christmas ornament will usually take me 45 minutes. Um, so most of the ones I do take me, a couple like an hour or two or three, but some take longer. The 16-inch ones that I paint, they'll take me like 10 to 13 hours. My box? No, I just really like this box. I guess I never ordered those new tubs. They're still in my cart, so I don't know. Yeah. Well, I've been kind of needing some new ones that kind of like level a little bit better because there are some that aren't fully leveled. And now that I'm doing some larger, like flat pieces, I need it to be more level. So this box is pretty big that I have a decently leveled space to do everything on. Okay, anyhow, let's mix some more. Um, were you part of the sub on here where you could watch videos from VIP that were over a year old? I don't know what the crown means. I don't know if that's what it means or if it means something else. You might. I don't get notifications from that, I don't think. You might be able to see it in your profile though. Shoot, I need a new cup. The crown is your interaction with the chat, okay. But if you're talking about like the Facebook VIP group, that's something different. You won't see anything about that on here. I mean, you're special. Other side of the popsicle stick. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Take two. A top commenter. Yeah, I'm still getting used to what different things on YouTube mean. Tonight she's awake. She tries to be. The comment queen. That's funny. You too, Tanya. Yeah. Yes. I never do a big batch. You're more likely to screw it up and then you feel like you're rushing and yeah, I'd rather mix like an ounce together than do a bit more than that. Unless I know I'm gonna need it on like something large. But yeah, I always do it this way. It helps like make sure I'm not stressing about my work time. Oh no. That's funny. I don't want to get this in water. That's funny. I was thirsty. I couldn't deal with it. I don't know how to do that. All right, so I have to remember that one of these coasters we're gonna experiment with, so we're gonna do that last. Oh, how's she doing? Does she have to get surgery? She's like, Shelby, stop talking. Hopefully she doesn't need to. Oh, oh yeah. My my blue and pink coaster, that one? Yeah, once I take my gloves off, just in case I have resin on me. I'm kind of obsessed with that pattern right now. I've been doing it in a couple different colors. I did a blue and purple, and then a coral and blue and purple, and then I also have a purplish, pink, mauve, periwinkle one. That's off camera right now, but yeah, I've been having fun. Alright. So this annoying coaster right here needs a third coat, and I'm, like, kinda pissed about it. Can we, like, for once box, just, like, not do that? Look at this. Right here. So annoying. Like, I guess it's kind of okay with coasters, but it's just probably gonna be, like, a little heavy, a little thick. If it's a 4th coat, I'm gonna say screw it. I have, like, some pizza boxes in the other room, that I originally kinda used for, like I got for, like, big mandalas, but they're, like, annoyingly big, and they're kinda flimsy. I honestly would prefer, like, a plastic container. It's a little bit more airtight than this. This is just helping to, keep the hair and stuff off, like, the cat hair and dust and stuff off of it, but this is definitely not airtight. So, I won't be using this for long term, just basically until I get all my coasters done that need resin, which it's pretty much done at this point. This is the last big batch that I have, and then the rest will fit in their other boxes. Yeah, so the thing about those plastic containers though is that a lot of them aren't actually like completely solidly flat. Like they kind of bow upwards in the middle, and that actually is not good for what we need it for, unfortunately. I actually do have quite a few of those containers and my stuff never sits perfectly level. So it's actually kind of hard to find some good like perfectly flat containers on the inside that don't bow upwards. Like, you almost need to, like, get, like, the 20 some dollar, what are they called? I forget the brand, but they're, like, pretty hefty, which is one of the reasons I haven't, bought those new containers that are chilling in my Amazon cart because, like, I know I can always return it, but something about spending $20 on 2 little plastic containers. I mean, it's a write-off, it's fine, but, you know. Yeah, they're Sterilite or, like, the similar brand, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna close this for a sec because I don't wanna get pigment on the other things. What are we saying we're doing? Oh, we're doing the opal one. So that means we need oh, yeah. So I think we're gonna do this one. Now I don't want much. Like, just a tiny bit to, like, make it sparkle. I'm not trying to color this at all. Trying to decide if I wanna put more or not. I guess less is more, right? So you guys can see how it's glistening. I'm glad I definitely didn't put more because a little bit kind of goes a long way. Like I still almost feel like I put too much, but can't do anything about that now. Um, I'll double check. I don't have the names on it, so I saw it flash green. This is either the lime green one or this is the one that has like a pinkish purpley flash with the green. I don't know if the one I'm using right now is any of the ones that are up for pre-order. That might be one of the ones in the next batch. This one looks like it has the pink flash to it. This is probably the pink green opal. I'll have to look at the bottom of it. But I see a pink green flash to it, so I would be willing to bet that's it. Hmm. Interesting. It's very pretty from like a side view. I know, I just didn't want it to cover up my design. Hold on. Ooh, let me just. I don't know if you guys can see yeah, you can sort of see the pink. Where's my finger? Right there. I know, and I thought I didn't use enough. It is very pretty though. I'm just making sure I don't have any like floaties. All right. Oops, I gotta move my phone. Sorry. Okay. Let me move this somewhere flat. I do have some leftover resin. I don't want to toss it, so we're gonna have to do something else with it. As I took my freaking gloves off. Let's see. Anything else need resin while we're over here? Decisions. I feel like I resined everything that I had. That's ready to be resined anyways. Just looking, just looking. Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, see, I just didn't think I even used that much, to be honest. I should put my gloves back on. It's just gonna get glitter anyway, so. Yeah, there's two of them. So one does pink to green and one does more of like a green to like purpley color. They're very cool. Or it's green with like a purple flash and green with like a pinkish flash. Okay, okay, I put my gloves back. Gotta find another mold because I know this is too much. Oh, sure, why not? I make earrings, I'll show you. They're super freaking cute. I don't dot them or anything. It's a non-dotted project that I do every once in a while. If I didn't already use resin for my art, then I wouldn't be making them. But since I do use resin for my art, I don't have to buy any extra supplies really. So sometimes I make little bunny earrings with little fuzzy tails. Wow, these purple ones are flashing super cool under this light. And that's like me looking at it with my eyeballs, it looks like that too, so it's not just the camera. Huh, cool. Okay, so Judy wanted to see this coaster. This coaster doesn't have any sparkles on the back. It was just a plain black coaster, but pretty. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. I was pulling some resin off of a mat, and I guess there was a sharp piece and I tugged at it, and I think it got me right here. But it also kind of looks like a hangnail, so I'm not sure. It could have been one or the other. But it didn't want to stop bleeding earlier, and I didn't want a yucky dried blood finger during my live. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I do need to do that, huh? Trying to think, where is that piece that I need to clean the edge for? Oh, it might be on that. Okay, hold on. Need to paint the back, but so this one? Oh yeah. So I'm actually gonna take this whole bottom off because I actually prefer the coasters without the cork bottoms, by the way. I prefer to put them on last, but I was gonna use the ones that I had. So I take my lighter and I heat it up, not like super much, but enough um to soften it, and then I take my X-Acto, and like if you scrape off paint, don't worry about it. You can go back in and touch it up later. And this is the same way with wood too, by the way. You just want to make sure that your resin's cured because you can start pulling it up. But if these drips weren't here, this would have been a nice like clean surface, and you just repaint back over it. You always want to try and keep it level and cut away from yourself. Just, don't try not to hurt yourself. You can do a heat gun too. I don't own one. It's definitely easier to do this on like a square or something that's flat like this. Harder to do on other surfaces, but you totally can. I'm just being careful as I'm getting close to the edge because I don't want to slip and nick my top part of my coaster, because that would suck. But yeah, then I just kind of go back over it with a black paintbrush very carefully and paint up any of the spot that, I don't like with the resin. But yeah, so with this, I'll probably, if I can cut this off pretty nicely and it just makes um, the cork look bad, then I will just put another cork on top of it. But I will most likely end up having to replace this cork as a whole. Yep. Yep. But I'm still gonna get this off while I can. So I'll probably tomorrow, once the front is a little like more fully cured, um, I'll probably manhandle this coaster a little bit and like completely just peel off this cork and redo another one. Because sometimes you gotta do that. So as long as you mix your resin correctly, it should be very scratch resistant. It's not gonna be like diamond hard finish, but like just like your average um stuff that you put on top of it, it should stay pretty nice. You probably could. It would just probably it's a lot of extra work that I don't feel like doing. I only have a few of them that have the cork bottoms. The rest come with like the little sticker, and I just do it later. So for those of you guys who always are like, well, oh, I know I didn't clean my tools, dang it. Um, for those of you guys who are like, well, how do you make the things into ornaments that don't have a hook? This is how. I just drill an eye hook in there, and then I string a ribbon through. I'll paint the back, you know, but tie a little knot. My scissors need sharpened. And then that's how I make it into an ornament. Well, so yeah, we're gonna stay on just for an extra second so I can clean my tools. I'll thank myself later. Um, because they're a little messy. Like, look at that one. Ooh, not too shabby of a work day today. Feel like I got a decent amount of stuff done. Just so you know, guys, in case you didn't already place your order, the opal pigments are up for pre-order until Friday. So, you guys still have some time. On this one, that's the Craftsmart light gold multi-surface, my favorite. It's so pigmented and so beautiful. Yeah, I hate getting my nails like done because these appointments, it's gonna take a while and I hate sitting there. I love my nail girl, but I can't always see exactly what she's doing. And sometimes, like, I just don't want to talk for 3 hours to someone like that. But I feel weird, like, not talking, you know? So I'll get my nails done. Oh, what a perfect day to deep clean my apartment after my nail appointment. Damn, maybe I'll just vacuum. Don't know if scrubbing my shower is probably the best plan with fresh, sharp nails, even if I wear gloves. Well, it's probably not going to be 3 hours, probably like 2.5. Yeah. It doesn't always take that long, but when I have to do a soak off in a new set, that does add at least a half hour to my appointment. And I know that tomorrow I'm not just getting like this is simple, you know, she'll paint them black and then she'll rub the pigment on, but I'm actually probably gonna have her do a painted design tomorrow, so that'll take longer. Unless I change my mind. We'll see if I've come across anything on like Instagram that catches my attention. Because I was thinking I would do this. I don't do a full hand of butterfly wings, but I usually do like 2 or 3 nails on each hand. So I was thinking about doing butterfly wings with the pigments and then like maybe like I don't know, something plain on the other 2 fingers, 2 or 3 fingers. Um, which I know I could always do that another time. I'm pretty sure I told her, though, the last time that we're gonna do butterflies, but I might change my mind. Remember that time when I was like, "I'm gonna have those ColourPop nails. Those are gonna be my signature nails." And I did them for, like, a couple months, and then I stopped. I think the wildest nails that I ever had, though, were my fruit set the fruit nails that were, um, like, all different fruits, and they were, like, I don't know, textured, I guess. Maybe some flowers. Oh, I always do, yeah. The fruits were fun. That was what, a couple years ago, huh? We use this tool a lot today. They were fun. They took forever though. Those were probably some of the most expensive sets that I had from her. Oh. Oh no. Oh, I thought I died. No, it's good. Need a little extra scrub-a-dub-dub. So the ColourPop ones were like the rainbow ombre ones with like the black line work around them, and the little like white highlights. They kind of look like cartoon nails almost. I did a couple like rainbow and a couple pastel rainbow and stuff like that. And I really like those ones. I think they look really cool with my art, but they can get boring. Maybe we'll do those tomorrow. Oh, I don't. We should do that with my. Anyways, I'll figure it out. I will see you guys on Thursday back on here, and hopefully all the resin that we did tonight turns out nice and I don't need to do a second coat. But either way, I will see you guys on Thursday. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful Wednesday. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Good night.